Pre-tipoff. He just absolutely drains that one.
And welcome to the STSPN pregame show. It is Snohomish versus Meadowdale tonight, and with us right now, the head coach for the Mavericks, Caitlin Hubner. Caitlin, big game for your team the other night, a play-in win over Shorewood, a team that defeated you during the regular season. Tell us about that game and just how important that was to this young team for you to actually get into this round where we're at right now.
Yeah, I mean, it was great experience for us as a younger team to just have the opportunity for a playing game and then to get the victory and put ourselves in this position to be in district. So obviously the first quarter, nerves got the best of us, but we were able to bounce back and take the victory. So I was really proud of the girls.
The thing I noticed about that game too, when you really went on that run, you were down by 12 in that game at one point. When you went on that run, pretty much a lineup that was 3 sophomores and 2 freshmen for part of that. Just how vital has the youth movement been of this team this year, and what some of those players mean to what you're trying to accomplish?
Yeah, I mean, we've got some great talent, especially in those younger classes, and they've really improved over the course of the season, and they're just hitting their stride, and it's really exciting because the future of Lady Mavs basketball is looking bright, and this is just one more step in gaining experience, and I'm excited to see what they do tonight.
You've got Kyra Beckman and Courtney Perry out here, 2 of the better post players in the league. You've got a young freshman, though, that's starting to make a name for herself. Fatumata Jete, big game last week. I think she had a 25-point game against Pilchuck.
Yeah.
She's starting to come into her own. What do you need from her tonight in order to try to stop these 2 big players?
I mean, we definitely need a big game from her. We need a double-double, probably. And but she's improved so much, and she's really got some confidence now. And I'm excited to see her up against, like you said, 2 of the best posts, because it'll be good to kind of see where she measures up against them, and I think that she can hold her own, and we're expecting that from her tonight. So as long as she stays out of foul trouble, I think we'll be good.
Very nice. And if we needed one key to the game tonight, what does Meadowdale need to do in order to make this a game in which they could maybe be in it in the 4th quarter and have a chance?
I would say rebounds. We've got to own the boards on both ends of the floor. We've got to keep them off the glass, because they're such a good team that if we give them multiple chances to score on us, it'll probably happen. So I'd say rebounds and taking care of the basketball are the 2 keys to our having a chance of knocking out the #1 team.
Seems easy enough. All right, best of luck to you tonight, Caitlin.
Thank you.
And here we are back again at Snohomish High School, where tonight the Panthers taking on the Meadowdale Mavericks, and with us right now, the head coach for Snohomish, Ken Roberts. Coach, a team you've seen once already this year, a low-scoring affair. You don't normally see games in which a team scores under 40 and wins, and yet that's the way it was last game. Are we expecting more of the same tonight?
I hope not. I think we both set basketball back about 30 years in girls basketball. So Kyra Beckman, we were up 12-0, and Kyra went out. It was our first game playing without her, and it took us a long time to get adjusted. And it was actually down to a 2-point game in the 4th quarter, and then we finally stretched it out. We missed a lot of shots, and I think with Kyra back in there, we'll be better. And our kids have also been playing without her 4 of the last 6 games. So, just moving kids' positions a little bit changes things, and they're used to it now, whether she's there or not. So it'll help.
How is the health of the team right now? We know Kinsley's obviously injured. You mentioned Kyra having some issues there. All around, though, looking at the roster, how are we looking?
Well, we had another girl sprain an ankle yesterday, a little freshman.
And here we are back again at Snohomish High School, where tonight the Panthers taking on the Meadowdale Mavericks, and with us right now, the head coach
for Snohomish, number 14, junior Maya Duchesne. For Meadowdale, number 30, Cameron Cassidy. For the Panthers, number 20, senior Sam Beeman. For Meadowdale, number 32, Soraya Swinton. And for the Panthers, number 34, junior Kyra Beckman. Last up for the Mavericks, number 45, Fatumata Jete. Mr. Ken Roberts. He is assisted by Katie Benson, Sean Bricks, Ryan Gadlaw, Joel Boyer, and Wayne McMaster. The Mavericks are coached by Caitlin Hufner. She is assisted by Barry Mahler and Cassie.
As long as I got room.
And now, would you stand, please?
You're watching STSPN.com.
Officials for tonight's game are Jeff Weatherby, Garrett Galbraith, and Darren Fleshman. Let's play some basketball.
And welcome to Snohomish High School, home of the Panthers. It is District 1 3A Girls Playoff Basketball. Round number 1, the quarterfinals, whatever you want to call them. Call it the tournament. It is time in which these teams are going to try to qualify for regionals next week and then move on to the state. It is the Snohomish Panthers, the home team, the number 1 seed in the tournament, coming into this game with an overall record of 18 wins and 2 losses. And they're taking on the road team, the Meadowdale Mavericks, a team that was the number 8 seed entering the tournament, 9 wins and 12 losses on the year. Steve Willits, Ron Henthorn, Todd Elvick will get you the starting lineups here momentarily. Tip-off is already underway, and already underway is a Kyra Beckman basket. She's on the board for the first time tonight. Let's go ahead and read you those starting lineups right now. For Snohomish, number 10, Morgan Marshall. She's a 5'7" senior. Maya Duchesne, the point guard, a 5'8" junior. She wears the number 14. Sam Beeman at number 20. She's a 5'8" senior guard. We've already called Kyra Beckman name out. You're going to hear a lot from her tonight. 6'2" junior wearing the number 34. And last but certainly not least, number 40, Courtney Perry, a 6'1" junior forward. First shot of the game for Meadowdale goes up, and that is number 2, Taylor Kesselring. She's a 5'4" junior. Meadowdale getting their own offensive board. They're Kesselring with the ball right side right now. We'll get you the rest of that lineup here momentarily. We'll do it as they're dribbling here. That's number 23, Lily Williams. Shot is off and missed. Lily Williams is a 5'10" sophomore guard. She's certainly becoming one of the leading players for Meadowdale. 18 points in their victory over Snohomish the other night as Duchesne's pass sails out of bounds intended for Morgan. The rest of the Meadowdale starting lineup is as follows. Number 30 is Cameron Cassidy. She is a 5'9" junior. Number 32 is Soraya Swinton, a 5'4" sophomore. And finally, the 6' freshman, Fatumata Jete, number 45. She's a hard one to miss in the middle there. 25-point game against Marysville Pilchuck last week. and she just continues to get better as the season progresses. She is going to be a key factor in this game tonight if Meadowdale will compete. We'll bring in Ron Hinthorn here in just a moment as the ball is tipped away. Snohomish comes away with it. 6:15 to go here, first quarter, 2-0 score. Ron, finally getting able to bring you in there, all 10 players and everything else all mentioned. We're in for a good night tonight. A low-scoring game so far, much similar to the one we had about a month ago here against these two teams.
Yeah, they're much similar, but
Sam Beeman with the basket.
Beeman with the second score there. Glad you finally took a breath, my friend.
Had to get all 10 of those names in at some point while we're underway with the action there.
The Panthers coming in this game heavily favored here. Be the number 2 RPI team, number 8 ranked in the state. So they're looking to be like running away with this game, but I think the Mavericks got something else in mind based on the way they've been playing their last games they came into this tournament.
We'll see. JT missing that last shot. Snohomish once again with the ball, already up 4-0. 5:28 to go first quarter. Beckman in the key, and we're going to get a 3-second violation called against her. We've touched upon it momentarily, just for a moment there. Last time these two teams played, the only time they played during the course of the season, was in early January, a game in which Snohomish won 38-26. And if you heard the pregame interview we did with Coach Ken Roberts, as he reminded us of, Kyra Beckman only played the first quarter of that game. She went out with an injury. At the time that she went down, the score was 12-0. So certainly your star player, always a big presence, and maybe a game that they coasted a bit on. Not knowing that, not thinking we're going to see a 38-26 game necessarily, but certainly the way this one's going in the first 3 minutes, we might. And maybe not if those keep falling in. That's Morgan Marshall with her first bucket of the night. It's a tray, and it makes it 7-0 Snohomish with 4:47 to go. Kyra Beckman on the other end swats it out of bounds. Meadowdale will keep possession.
Meadowdale's getting the ball inside, but they're not getting clean shots off. They're getting boxed out pretty good in there. So right now they're having a little trouble getting some points on the board.
Sophomore Alicia Morrison, number 3, checking into the game for Meadowdale, as Cameron Cassidy will take a seat on the bench, taking a breather. I mentioned it earlier too. Meadowdale in a play-in game on Tuesday night, a game in which they trailed 23-11 at one point. Ultimately ended up winning that game by 11 points themselves, as it was a huge swing after the mid portion of the second quarter. Meadowdale pass goes awry. Snohomish once again with the ball. 4:16 left in the first quarter. Morgan with yet another 3. This one hits the back iron, bounces out. JT using those long arms, coming up with the rebound. In Meadowdale once again hoping to get on the board for the first time tonight. 4:04 to go here in the first quarter. Kesselring setting the offense up on top, being guarded by Maya Duchesne, one of the better point guards around.
Interesting formation. Got all 5 batters on the far side of the court over there. I've never seen that yet for a while.
And that formation will not work in this particular case. Nice job by Marshall to step in front of the pass intended for Morrison, knocks it away. Snohomish with the ball. Another 3, this time right side. Way too hard off the glass, however, it comes right into the hands of the waiting Courtney Perry. She puts up an easy bucket. 9-0 score with 3:34 to go here in the first quarter. 30-second timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. And Ron, we know that Meadowdale can play some defense. That hasn't been their issue this year. At times when they have struggled, it's been offense. And so far, here we are, 4 minutes and 26 seconds into the game. Same number that we saw up on the board when the game started. It's a 0.
Well, it's been their problem, putting points on the board. They've been pretty low scoring all season long, scoring in the 20s and 30s, and I think their highest game, looking back at the schedule, is like 48 points is the most they put up in a game against Mariner, which they lost. So they're not prolific scorers, as you see with Snohomish out there tonight with kids that can shoot the 3 ball.
They actually did get an 82 last week, so they're starting to wake up a little bit. It's
an
82 against a Marysville-Pilchuck team that went winless on the year, so that's maybe has something to do with that. But nonetheless, yeah, the point being, though, I think Meadowdale's a team that progressively got better throughout the season. They're young, and we're seeing that youth right now as there's a sophomore and freshman playing a little catch. JT throwing the pass out into the backcourt. That one's going to sail out of bounds.
Young is right. There are no seniors on this Maverick team. Is that right?
Not a single senior on the entire team. 5 juniors, one of which is out right now with an injury. Adriana Valadez, who they were hoping to rely heavily upon this year, has been out with an injury. We heard Caitlin Rohrbach tell us earlier that she's hoping Valadez will be back for Tuesday's game, whether it be in the consolation bracket or in the semifinals. But nonetheless, a senior or a junior player that they really want to use her experience, especially when you get into a tournament like this. Shot is missed. Kesselring pushing it up the court. 2:53 to go, first quarter. 9-0 still showing on the scoreboard. Lily Williams from deep.
She's got the range.
She has the range that time, a little too much on it. It hits off the back iron, bounces off. Meadowdale yet able to come away with another offensive rebound. They've had a few, so they're certainly getting their looks. They're just not getting the baskets, and you're absolutely right. Alicia Morrison getting called for the carry.
Alicia, a little bit of a mistake there. Thought she caught the ball cleanly and then decided to dribble it again. Didn't realize she rolled it over.
We're going to get a substitution for Snohomish at this time. That's number 5, Jaden Mueller, freshman Jaden Mueller, into the game. Ball being worked around. Nice job, Beckman finding a cutting player down low. That's Lexi Senegal, who also checked into the game not too long ago. 5 baskets for Snohomish here in the first quarter from 5 different players. 11-0 lead right now with 2:13 to go here in the first period. Lily Williams looking for Morris and stepping in front of it beautifully is Mueller. And then on the way by, I think a frustrating moment there for Williams is I think she was a little bit upset with herself for the pass to begin with. She reaches in and picks up a foul that probably was unnecessary. I don't think that was going to do much to slow Mueller down. First foul of the game for either team, and we're almost 6 minutes in, Ron.
Hey, we are 6 minutes in. Mavericks haven't scored yet, but they got a foul on the board. So
there's something there. And they also have a steal there. J-Tay doing a nice job. Steps in front of that. Swinton. This time they try the left side as Williams is now going to dribble into the lane. Puts up a shot. Blocked, and we get a whistle. Fans here certainly didn't like it. Kaylin Beckman.
Looked pretty clean from up here, but she must have had a little bit on her arm there.
Yeah, Kaylin Beckman, who is the younger sister of Kyra Beckman. She checked in at the last dead ball, and she's going to pick up her first foul of the night. First one against the Panthers.
Garrett Galbraith out there that rang her up on that one, and he's right here in front of us. She drops that first one in. The other 2 refs out there, Jeff Weatherby and Darren Fleshman out there running the show tonight.
Certainly a few names that we've heard over the years, so an experienced crew as well it should be when you're in the playoffs. So Lily Williams getting the Mavericks on the board for the first time tonight. We've seen this from Meadowdale this year. We saw it the other night. I think it was an 11-0 score against Shorewood to start the game. They came back and won that one. Unfortunately for Meadowdale, Snohomish is definitely a different type of a team. They're not necessarily a Shorewood Thunderbird team. And there we go, Beckman getting down low. Nice post-up move. She now has 4 points on the night. 13-2 score with 1:27 left here in the first quarter. That
one looks so easy for Kara. She can post up every time like that. She'll do it away.
Swinton looking to go one-on-one with Senegal. Underhand layup. Bounces around the rim, finally comes off. I'm going to say that was last touched by a Meadowdale Maverick. That was Keisha Stark, another freshman for Meadowdale. Keisha's been picking up more minutes as the season moves forward and was in the game the other night when they made their run on Shorewood. So certainly I think they're hoping for the youth push right now as she stands up on top of the key right now in a 2-3 defense along with Swinton, number 32. Duchesne over to Senegal, back to Duchesne, looking down low, nice pass over the top, finds Beckman. Those two work so masterfully together. We've seen that time and time again over the last couple of years.
Well, Beckman's got the size. She can front her or she can go behind her. She can drop it over the top.
Yeah, she does that very well, and it takes a point guard to get that pass in there, and it's exactly what Duchesne's able to do. And then on the other end, Duchesne's going to pick up a foul as it appears as though Stark will hit to the line shooting 2, and that is in fact the case as Duchesne picks up her first.
Well, maybe Mavericks can keep scoring from the free throw line here, if nothing else.
15-2 score. They're going to need a lot more than that, and they're going to need more than misses like they get there as Stark misses the front end of 2.
You can't afford to miss any of those free throws because they're going to mean a lot to them tonight.
Ken Roberts, you can see him there in the camera. Longtime coach here at Snohomish. Team that has finished second place on 2 different occasions at state. Third place last year with most of these same players. Team that, as you mentioned, Ron, earlier, number 2 in the RPI rankings right now behind Gig Harbor. Ball being worked around. We're going to get J-Tay with the reach in there as she was trying to come around the front side of Beckman and makes contact in the process. And the freshman will pick up her first foul of the night with 33 seconds to go here in the quarter. 15-3 score.
Pretty fast first quarter here.
Yeah, not a lot of whistles. 4 fouls total. I think we jinxed them up until the 2:02 mark. We didn't have any fouls, and Since then, we've had 4. 3-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock right now. Duchesne slowing things down a bit. 12 on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Senegal, right inside the three-point line. Swish! Senegal with 4 points on the evening. 17-3 score. 4 seconds to go in the quarter. And Cameron Cassidy trying to retrieve that long pass. Dribbled it out of bounds, and with 3.1 left, Snohomish will have yet another opportunity to perhaps get another basket. We'll see what comes of the 3.1 second play.
No, they're not going to get it off.
Ron Henthorne with the call. He was in fact correct. No shot. You know what? They didn't really need it. They had a pretty darn good first quarter as it was.
They did.
The Snohomish Panthers up 17-3. You are watching STSPN.com.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
And welcome back once again from Snohomish High School, where the home crowd has to like what they see here in the first quarter. 17-3 is our score. Steve Willits, Ron Henthorne, the 5-tool player Todd Elvick over here. Ron, we mentioned it already, but really, Meadowdale, they need to play some defense, but they really need to play some offense.
They do need to play some offense. So tell me about something you already heard about and you talked about a little earlier with the coaches. Edmonds Woodway, top-ranked team, got knocked off by Linwood.
Number 2 ranked team, yes. Snohomish is the top-ranked team, but you're absolutely right. It was a 7-2, a rematch of a game earlier this season that Linwood lost the first matchup by 24 points. So the point we were making with Coach Roberts is that, and he knows this all too well, you can't take anybody for granted once you get to the playoffs. Everybody has a 0-0 mark going in. Cameron Cassidy, air ball, she puts that one up. Stark trying to get the rebound, can't do it. Snohomish finally coming up with it. That's Courtney Perry on the loose ball pickup. And Snohomish now with their first possession of the second quarter. Beckman down low, gets in, draws contact, and she'll head to the line for 2.
I think that might be going against Stark. Yep.
Stark indeed picking up her first foul of the night. And Beckman will step to the free throw line for her first time tonight. Not only her first time,
the first time for Snohomish.
First free throws for Snohomish. Yeah. Meadowdale 3 for 4 on the evening from the line. Snohomish is now 0 for 1 as Beckman misses her first attempt. Taylor Kesselring, the point guard, checking back into the game for Meadowdale. Kesselring lining up in the camera right there next to Courtney Perry. And I have a feeling if those two need to go up for a rebound, I think Perry has the size advantage there if need be.
Definitely does.
JT steps in. She goes ahead and picks up the board for the Mavericks. There is Beckman missing both of the free throw attempts.
Oh, she should have gone all the way on that one. Would have either got the basket or the foul.
Still 17-3. JT down low, goes up. Gets blocked, and they're going to say contact was made. Courtney Perry threw her head back. She didn't agree with it, but the referees have the ultimate say, and that will, in fact, put JT at the line for the first time tonight. Perry's first.
Courtney had a lot of hand on the ball there, but maybe a little contact too much.
JT, nothing but net on the first one. Her first points of the night. If this young lady can keep developing, the future could be very bright for Meadowdale. Second shot missed. Perry, it's a little redemption by pulling away the board there. 17-4 score here early second quarter. Snohomish in the lead. Winner advancing to the district semifinals next Tuesday night. Duchesne's ball bounces around, finally bounces out. We're going to get a foul called against Snohomish on the rebound as Kyra Beckman will pick up her first. Snohomish not only distributing the shots around very nicely, they're also doing the same with the fouls. 4 fouls on Snohomish from 4 different players, so nobody in even remote foul trouble at this point. Williams, right side, kicks it out to Cassidy, back to Williams. And we're going to get an illegal screen called against Meadowdale.
Moving screen.
Offensive foul
They getting pushed around a little bit down there, so they got to hold their ground.
Cassidy's first foul. I can say the same thing now about Meadowdale that I just said about Snohomish. 4 fouls on the night from 4 different players. So really, they're in pretty good shape as far as that's concerned as well. They need to worry more about the scoreboard than the foul total right now as Duchesne comes back down the floor.
I think this young Meadowdale team needs to get a little more physical down here on defense.
A team that's really just starting to come into their own. A team that hasn't had a lot of success, quite frankly, in the last decade as Beckman puts up a 3. In and out, bounces around. Morrison does a nice job to box out Perry. She's going to push forward. Realizes she doesn't quite have the look she wanted. Slows it down, fires a 3, hits it!
There you go.
Alicia Morrison getting her first bucket of the night. 17-7 score.
First score from the field for Meadowdale.
We're going to get a foul called down on the low block there.
Probably against Williams. No.
Well,
Yes.
they're going to say,
Oh,
looks like they called it on Kesselring. Okay, they didn't.
There's a couple choices down there.
The streak continues. 9 fouls from 9 different players tonight, combined for these teams. Williams has that ball bounce off of her arm initially. Finally retrieves it, picks it up, throws a pass ahead to Morrison, and had a little too much on it as it goes over her head, out of bounds. Snohomish basketball with 5:46 remaining here in the second quarter, and checking back into the game for Snohomish, Kaylin Beckman with a 5'11" sophomore. It's almost as though there's a requirement. You have to have at least one Beckman on the court at all times if you're Snohomish, right? Not that that's a bad thing.
It doesn't matter which one's out there, does it?
And certainly 34 puts up her share of points, but the younger player coming through really big in the last couple of weeks as she scoops into the lane, puts one up, misses it. Big sister says, I got your back. Kaylin can't make it. Kyra can. Beckman to Beckman, 19-7 score. 5:14 to go here, second quarter. Kesselring, lazy pass there. Duchesne is not somebody you want to try that on. She's usually Johnny on the spot. Read that one from the get-go, picks it off. Now on the other end, Duchesne into the lane, puts it up, count the basket, and one coming up. Maya Duchesne heads to the line.
Maya's first 2 for the night. A nice drive.
And they're going to call that on J-Tay. That is her second foul. Courtney Perry heads to the bench for a breather, gets a nice little round of applause from her teammates as well as some of the fans behind the bench. Nice effort from number 40 there so far tonight. Duchesne, a little too much on that one, hits off the back iron, bounces way into the air before finally coming down into the arms of a Meadowdale Maverick player. 21-7 score midway through the second quarter. District 1 first round action. Morgan with a steal. That one got just a little bit too far ahead of Morrison, the dribble. Morgan ready and willing to pick it off as Duchesne now sets the offense once again at the top of the key.
There it is.
Oh, and they're going to call offensive foul.
Oh, Beckman, a little push off there.
Beckman's going to pick up her second foul. Great job by Duchesne. You can tell she's a 4 general there. Takes it out on the left wing, throws it into the middle for Senegal. Maya recognizing right away that if she could get the ball back quickly, she had Kyra Beckman down low. Immediately claps her hands, tells Lexi, give me that ball quickly, and she did. And if it hadn't been for the push-off, that would have been a gorgeous pass and play by Duchesne.
It looked good. Beckman's going to take a seat there, and Courtney Perry's going to come in and take her place right now.
So Perry, not much of a breather, about 20 seconds, and she's right back on the floor. Morrison puts that one off hard off the glass. We're going to get a whistle keeping the ball right here with 4:17 to go. As we mentioned earlier, winner of this game advancing to the district semifinals. That game will take place on Tuesday night, 7:45 p.m. at Mount Lake Terrace High School. The winner to take on the winner of the Arlington-Stanwood game that's taking place at this very moment at Stanwood, and we'll hope to have updates throughout the evening. So far, I do have an update. We'll get that to you here in just a moment as it was just handed to me. Kesselring with the ball, left side. Trying to find an opening on Duchesne. Can't. Finally kicks it over to Morrison. Down to 9 on the shot clock. Lily Williams. And they're going to say she double dribbled.
That's what I thought. I was wondering what they were going to call there if they saw it. Another turnover for the Mavericks. They're up to like 7 by my count. I may have missed one at least.
Yeah, you and I aren't keeping those stats up here, but if we were, I think we'd almost need a pencil resharpened at this point. Quite a few of those so far in the night. Senegal 18 feet out, misses it. Kaylin Beckman in there for the offensive board. Couldn't get the second attempt to go either. Here come the Mavericks, 3:32 to go in the second quarter. Williams picks up her dribble, almost traveled. Kesselring sets the offense once again. Right side, taking their time. Morrison now, right corner. Senegal and stepping out to guard her, as does Marshall.
It's time possession. Another turnover.
Boy, the hits just keep coming from Meadowdale, don't they? Another turnover there.
The Meadowdale girls look like they've got some pretty good skill. They just got some inexperience here about what to do in certain cases, like picking up the dribble when they shouldn't and things like that, you know?
Yeah, youth, a lot of inexperience, a team that's still trying to find themselves, quite frankly, and that's what you often get when you get a 1 seed versus an 8 in the district playoffs, and that's what we're seeing so far here tonight. Morrison, fancy dribble moves there, finally backs it up. Lily Williams coming over to set a screen. Unfortunately for Morrison, she'd already picked up the dribble.
Shouldn't have.
Williams into the lane. That's Cassidy Gamble in for the first time tonight. Gamble's going to put up, I guess that was a shot.
Yeah, it got blocked.
Wasn't sure if she was trying to find Kesselring cutting towards the hoop or not. It was a high rainbow, whatever it was. It comes down into the hands of the Panthers. We're used to seeing Deshane to Beckman. Let's reverse the roles there. Kyra finding Maya down low. Maya with the easy layup. 23-7 score with 2:22. It's a full timeout. We'll take a full break. You are watching STSPN.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi electric cooling and heating system allows you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. And because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Your dreams evolve, and with committed support, they thrive. American Family Insurance.
And thank you to our sponsor, America Family Insurance, as well as all of the folks who make this possible tonight. STSPN, nice shot there of the figure skating. Olympics going on as we speak, and speaking of Olympics and people wanting to win championships, we've got two teams that are vying for districts right now. Missing the shot, Meadowdale. Snohomish comes away with the board. 2:10 to go here in the second quarter. Snohomish up 23-7. Score very similar taking place over at Stanwood right now. End of the first quarter. First score we have tonight to report. Stanwood up on Arlington 22-7. So again, the winner of this game tonight will take on the winner of that game in the semifinals, 7:45 p.m. Tuesday night at Mount Lake Terrace High School. That's a doubleheader, by the way. The other game in the semis will take place at 6 o'clock that night as Beckman hits the first free throw. And that will be against, it will be Linwood, who defeated Edmonds Woodway last night, and they will be playing the winner of tonight's Ferndale Shorecrest game.
If you follow all of that.
It's hard to keep track of, isn't it, with so many teams going on right now? As Beckman,
the Arlington Stanwood game is going to be an interesting game because they're both ranked like 16, 17 RPI wise, so that should be pretty.
Well, it's 22-7 right now, so
yeah.
So we'll see if it's interesting or not. And yeah, I'm a little surprised that those two teams are so close in the RPI rankings. I would be curious as to how that fleshed out because that's a Stanwood team that has 3 college-signed players for next year, already signing letters of intent. An Arlington team that's fairly scrappy. I don't know that I'd quite put them in the Stanwood category. Stanwood beat them by 16 earlier this year, and it looks like they're already up by double figures tonight. Here comes Meadowdale right now, 1:37 to go. Pass gets knocked away. Duchesne comes away with it. Foul is called.
They had an advantage there, just missed the pass.
Swinton's going to pick up her first foul. 8th team foul against Meadowdale, which means that Snohomish is shooting in the bonus. Duchesne at the line shooting 1-1. trying to expand upon this 25-7 lead, and does. A Snohomish Stanwood game, that would be interesting. That's a game that we watched right here just a few weeks ago, a game that Snohomish won 61-39. Kinsley Gallatin tearing her ACL in that game. That was the bad news. The good news for Snohomish is they did win the game by 22 points, but nonetheless losing a key defensive player on that evening.
I think that'll be a critical game as they move through this playoff tournament.
I think right now, as most people would have it, those are probably the two teams favored to win the district championship. So really, whoever wins that game on Tuesday night will be the favorite to win the game, which is next Saturday, the championship game, Jackson High School, 5 o'clock. That foul was called on number 20, Sam Beeman. Going to get a lane violation, so the free throw, which missed anyway, is no good. The play gets blown dead, and Snohomish will inbound with 1:23 to go here in the first half. Ooh, overplay there is Morrison going for the steal. Beckman, three, hits it! Kaylin Beckman this time. Giving Snohomish their largest lead of the night, 28-7, as we're now down to 1:01 left here in the first half. Morrison double teamed, goes into the paint, gets it taken away. Nice steal by Senegal.
That's a travel.
Falls to the ground and gets called for the travel.
Yep. She fell to the ground and bounced. If she didn't bounce, she might not have called for travel.
Can't do that, right?
Can't bounce.
They will call that every time. So a new 30-second clock for Meadowdale. It's kind of a wash there, one turnover for the other, as Keisha Stark, the freshman, checks back into the game, and Swinton will take a seat on the bench. We've got to think for probably the last 54 seconds of the half. Williams having trouble getting it in initially. That ball was almost tipped off the hands of Morgan Marshall. Ball rolls around, count it! Alicia Morrison with the bucket. She now has 5 points tonight.
She's got the 3-point basket and the 2-point basket. The only 2 points scored from the field for Mavericks in this first half tonight with 50 seconds left to go. It sounds like that might be the way it's going to end up.
Not a good recipe if you want to win a game, and she does hit the free throw. So 6 of the 10 Meadowdale points tonight scored by number 3. 28-10 score with 46 seconds left in the half. Last time these two teams played, Snohomish had 38 on the entire night. So far, 28 in the half. Hoping for more before it's all said and done. Kaylin Beckman, nice scoop shot underneath. Can't get the underhand layup to go.
Oh, no.
Wow, Morrison, I'm not sure that was intended, but it works! Alicia Morrison is Cameron Cassidy. I thought that pass got away from her initially, and then Morrison steps in front of it, just kind of bats it in front of the defender, and goes in for the nice layup. 8 points for Morrison in the first half. 5-0 run for Meadowdale. Beckman long shot, misses it, 7 seconds to go. Meadowdale will more than likely get the last look of the half. 3 seconds, 2. Stark puts it up, and she's going to head to the line with 0.8 seconds left in the half.
I like that move from Stark. That was impressive for her to go down hard and go to the basket. And if they keep doing that, they're going to either get the foul or get the basket or both.
Sam Beeman picks up the foul, so she will in fact step to the line. Misses the first shot off to the side. Stark now 1 for 3 on the night at the free throw line. Meadowdale will either end the half on a 5-0 run or 6-0 run, depending on this shot. Let's make it a 6-0 run as she drains that free throw shot. It was 28-7 a moment ago. Now it's 28-13, a little more respectable. Perhaps the Mavericks can take this momentum into the third quarter. We'll find out, but first we've got a halftime break coming up. Our score here after 16 minutes of play, the Snohomish Panthers 28, the Meadowdale Mavericks 13. You are watching STSPN.com.
That's perfect.
Chevy trucks. We think it's because Chevrolets are
the most dependable trucks built to last a long time. With durable durability and ruggedness. Son of a gun. Chevrolet pickups are designed and built better than ever, giving you a smooth, solid ride since 1918.
I like the extra power. Hauling power. Super powerful.
Maxi power.
And quality.
Seems they make them
Strong. Extra strong.
stronger every year.
Chevy trucks are built for work. Hard work.
And
for play.
That's why Chevy's the best truck.
Mile after mile.
And welcome back once again to Snohomish High School, where the Panthers lead the Meadowdale Mavericks 28-13 in the first round game of the District 1 Girls High School Playoff games. Steve Willits along with Ron Hinthorn. And Ron, before I let you recap the scoring for the first half, do want to give one quick update. Stanwood now leads Arlington at halftime 32-13. And again, a reminder of the significance of that game. The winner of our game in front of us will take on the winner of that game in the district semifinals on Tuesday night. So right now, Snohomish and Stanwood both looking like they're in pretty good shape to run into one another on Tuesday. Having said all that, why don't you go ahead and give us a recap of the scoring in the first half?
All right, we got Snohomish out there with 28 points, 17 in the first quarter, 11 in the second quarter. And leading scorer out there tonight is Kyra Beckman with 10 points out there. I've got 2 for Courtney Perry, 4 for Lexi Senegal, 2 for Kaylin Beckman, 2 for Sam Beeman, 5 for Maya Deschênes, and 3 for Morgan Marshall. Is that what you got?
I have the same thing.
Yeah,
excellent.
Okay. And the Mavericks not scoring a lot, but 8 points out there for Alicia Morrison, who seems to be running away with the scoring for the Mavericks tonight. And the rest of the scores from the free throw line: 2 for Keisha Stark, 2 for Kaylee Whitmore, and 1 for they're back in play here.
Fatumata Jete. There we go.
So I lost who or what. I couldn't figure out.
There's a lot of syllables in that word there.
I know I had one more free throw. I couldn't figure out who it was. It was Famate. So.
And unfortunately for Meadowdale, they need a few more than one free throw to get back in this one as they trail by 15. That's the bad news. The good news for them, they are on a 6-0 run. And you go back to the end of the second quarter, and hopefully for them, they can keep a little bit of that momentum going. First shot for Snohomish. Back iron missed. Swinton pulls it down. That was Beeman on the shot. Swinton looking to push onto the wing. Williams goes up for the 3, but Kyra Beckman coming out of what seemed like nowhere to just block that shot right out of bounds and into the first row of the bleachers there. And that's exactly what Beckman brings to the team on the defensive side of things.
Definitely does. The Panthers got out of that lead pretty good there, but it all happened in the first period. In the second period, they were just played pretty even. 11 for the Panthers and 10 for the Mavericks.
Go ahead.
They're playing even in the second period. We'll see what happens when the halftime adjustments are made here. I think the Panthers are going to come out and go after them.
We'll see here. Snohomish once again with the ball after the steal. That's Marshall. Into the lane, double teamed, kicks it out. Beeman swings it over to Duchesne. Going right to left, into the middle. Perry down low, bounces around on the rim. Beckman with the offensive board. Fans don't like it, but we're going to get an offensive foul called against Snohomish.
Against Beckman?
And that is, in fact, against Beckman, her third. Beckman grabbing the rebound, swinging those elbows, and they thought she had just a little too much on them as she contorted her body around there, catching one of the Maverick players, and the referee said, nope, we're not going to let that one slide. 3 fouls now on Kyra. Meadowdale back on the other end, and Williams has got to be thinking about Kyra Beckman now, too, after that three-point shot was blocked. That's a look she's used to having and getting wide-open shots. She's not used to being blocked out there behind the arc. Snohomish with yet another steal on a pass, the second consecutive drive. Beckman over to Duchesne. Marshall underneath, shot is missed. Last touch by Meadowdale. We are now 1 minute and 42 seconds into the second half, and we've yet to see a point.
Last touch by the Panthers. Meadowdale with the ball.
Taylor Kesselring setting up the offense.
Does it look a little more physical to you this quarter?
I hope there's something going on because we're not getting the points, so perhaps it is a little more physical. We'll see if maybe Meadowdale had a little pep talk and Coach Hoovner lit a little fire underneath them. Maybe a little too physical, Ron, as Meadowdale is going to get called for the offensive foul, and Taylor Kesselring, number 2, came over to set a screen, moving screen at that, and she's going to get called for her second.
Can't do that right in front of the referee.
No, if you're going to do it, be a little more discreet. Certainly not when the stripes are standing right there next to you. Beckman, a lot of contact down low. Unfortunately for Snohomish, it was with their own players. 3-ball up and hits! Sam Beeman with her first tray of the night, giving her 5 on the evening. First points here in the third quarter, 31-13 score.
Sam Beeman, the senior, making herself known out there.
Ball gets batted out of the hands of Williams. Regroups, gets the dribble going again, misses the shot. JT passing the ball to Cassidy. Unfortunately for her, Cassidy was already on the ground. It's going to go out of bounds, and Snohomish will take the possession with 5:18 to go here in the third.
I think she's a little more concerned about catching herself from falling than worrying about catching the basketball there for a minute.
Yeah, I think that was one of those plays where JT had already committed to passing the ball, and by the time it came out of her hands, Cameron Cassidy was on her way to the ground, and not much you can do at that point on, as you said. Want to worry about your health first before you worry about that basketball, and that's certainly what Meadowdale did there. Shot, corner, missed. Ball bounces around. Courtney Perry coming away with the offensive board. Draws contact immediately after. Meadowdale will pick up their second foul here in the third quarter, and this one's going to get called against number 30, Cameron Cassidy, her second. This is becoming very reminiscent of the first quarter when Meadowdale had a hard time getting on the board. 6 minutes into that first quarter before they finally scored their first point. So far now we're more than 3 minutes in, and they've yet to score, and they're giving up buckets as Sam Beeman picking up her second field goal here in the third quarter. This time she gets fouled in the process, and she will head to the line trying to make a three-point play out of this, trying to give Snohomish a 21-point lead. Kaylee Whatmore going to check into the game for the first time tonight. Lily Williams being called for the foul, her second. And Whatmore making her presence known right away as she picks up the board after just coming into the game. 33-13 score. By the way, Beeman now with 7 points on the night. Beckman with yet another block. This time it's on Whatmore. She gets tied up, jump ball. Meadowdale will keep the possession arrow. That ball did not hit rim, so Meadowdale now down to 16 remaining on the shot clock.
A nice block by Beckman. She kind of figured that out all the way. She's going to go up and under.
Yeah, Kyra does a nice job of anticipating as, again, that was not right at her. She had to kind of come over, but again, she read what Watmore was planning on doing when was ready for it and made sure that ball was going to get nowhere near the cylinder. A nice steal there initially. Gets batted out of the hands of one player and into the hands of Alicia Morrison. Guess who? She scores yet another point.
I think Alicia just throw the ball at the basket. It's going in pretty good for her.
She's got 10 so far. She's the only player for Meadowdale to score a field goal tonight.
And she's going to get called for foul on that one.
Give her credit on one end and take it away from her on the other end. She does, in fact, reach in there. Second foul on Morrison. Fourth foul already on Meadowdale here in the quarter. Duchesne being guarded by Cassidy. Man-to-man, nice job. Finds Beckman cutting into the lane. Hits the bucket, gets fouled, and will head to the line. Beckman now with 12 on the night and looking to expand upon that with a 35-15 lead. And for the second time in as many possessions, Snohomish picking up a bucket and drawing a foul at the same time.
Saw that play develop. It looked like something they'd been working on in practice 150 times.
And that might just be in one day. Those two know each other's games very well and showing it right there. Beckman missing yet another free throw. She's 2 for 5 on the night at the line. It's about the only thing that she hasn't done well tonight. 12 points for Kyra. Down low, we're going to get a travel.
Unfortunate error there.
Kaylee Watmore, and that's the presence of Kyra Beckman in the lane right there too. That's a play that she may not travel on normally, but knowing that she's got the post player directly behind her, knowing that it's going to take almost a perfect play to get a basket over the top of her, just try to cut a little too quickly and shuffle the feet instead of dribbling the basketball.
Makes it at least 14, 15 turnovers for the Mavericks here tonight as they're in a full court press now.
Yeah, nice job by Beckman too. She initially was double teamed there and went to the ground, was able to get it ahead. Sister Kaylin layup. Kaylin Beckman, 4 points for her tonight, 37-15 score. Nice job by the Panthers to break the press, and quite often when you decide to press a team, you're going to leave players open on the back end.
Oh.
And then Meadowdale comes out on the other side, and unforced turnover there is Swinton looking for Williams, and that pass went nowhere near her, and Snohomish will take the ball with 3:27 to go here in the third quarter.
Swinton thought she was where she wasn't, and she wasn't. If you followed that.
Yeah, thought she wasn't, and she wasn't. I like it. That works for me. Beckman kicking it ahead. It's number 5 now in the game. Jaden Mueller. Shot goes up, missed. Scramble for it. 2 players going hard to the deck.
That was a good call.
Fortunately, nobody hurt on the play there as Morrison and Kaylin Beckman both hitting the ground hard.
I think this game is getting a little more physical.
I say that was just a good old-fashioned out-of-bounds play. And certainly, I think it has to be more physical for Meadowdale, sensing the little bit of urgency here. You're down by 22 late in the third quarter.
You've got nothing to lose.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Like that.
And Morrison doing a nice job. Steps in front of the pass, comes down to the other end, puts up the shot. Beckman's going to foul her, and Morrison will head to the line.
I'm not sure if we saw that on a replay, and she might not have traveled on that dribble going down there too. Little bit suspicious.
Yeah, might have been. Referee did not see that. They did, however, see the contact. And Kyra Beckman now, 4 fouls. We still have 2 minutes and 59 seconds left in the third quarter.
Now, Kyra's going to sit down for a while, I think.
And if she commits another penalty, she's going to sit down for a long while. Morrison misses the free throw attempt. She's now 1 for 2 on the night. And Beckman will, in fact, take a seat as Courtney Perry checks back into the game. And nice to have the luxury of a 22-point lead if you are, in fact, going to pick up that 4th foul this quickly. Morrison connects on the second attempt. 11 points for Alicia on the night.
11 of the 16 are all hers.
And as you mentioned before, the only one with a field goal still. Kaylin Goes hard to the basket, draws contact, and she'll head to the line for 2.
Really Wetmore, I think, might get rung up for that one. Let's see what. Yep. Garrett says she did it.
A lot more 2 fouls now. Or the first foul, I guess. I incorrectly credited her with a foul a couple minutes ago. That was actually Lily Williams, so Watmore does in fact have 1. First free throw is missed by Beckman. So the Beckman sisters together now, 2 for 6 from the free throw line tonight. Let's see if Kaylin can bring that average up just a bit. Does not. That's the bad news. Good news is we're going to get tied up ball there as Perry goes in there hard, as does Watmore. Possession arrow points to Meadowdale, so they will in fact have the ball.
That was a quick call, but I like it. Keeps things from accelerating.
Snohomish 0 for 4 from the free throw line in the third quarter. Williams, NBA 3, misses it. Ball bounces into the air. Perry pulling down yet another board. Snohomish with the comfortable lead right now slows things down a bit. Senegal swinging the ball over to Mueller. We're going to get a whistle away from the play.
Going to go against the Panthers.
And Perry's going to get called for an offensive foul. She now has 2. Oh, in fact, that's her 3rd foul. I think she likes my math better than theirs. Unfortunately for her, theirs is official. So Perry does, in fact, have 3 fouls now with 2:20 to go. So your post players now for Snohomish suddenly having to worry about foul situations.
Nice, still shot.
They also have to worry about Keisha Stark. There it is, Ron, the first field goal of the night for Meadowdale from a player not named Alicia Morrison. 37-18 is our score. Mueller pushing down low. Finds Beckman down low initially. Stark, the freshman, steps in front of that one, knocks it away from Kaylin. Meadowdale wasting little time, kicking it ahead, right corner. Bounces off the iron. Stark with a rebound, kicks it out to Williams. Misses the three-pointer badly. Mueller wrestling that one away from the much bigger J-Tay. Showing nice hustle there. Snohomish now once again with the basketball. 1:39 to go, third quarter.
Mavericks wasting no time to fire that ball up when they came down last time there.
No, suddenly realizing there's a sense of urgency from them. They need to get something going on. We've seen a few possessions in which they've taken a good 20 seconds plus off the shot clock. Don't really have that opportunity anymore, and there's a nice play. Duchesne bounces that one off the rim a couple times, hits the backboard and falls through. Maya now with 7 points on the evening. 39-18 score. Snohomish potentially 9 minutes away now from once again going back to the district semifinals, a place they know very well. Having finished second, first, and first in district playoff action over the last 3 years. Marshall over to Mueller. Duchesne, everybody's touching this one. Kaylin into the lane, scoops up a shot, draws contact. And Kaylin Beckman will head back to the line for 2 more free throws.
Let's see who you're going to bring that one up on. Look at Whitmore.
Call that one on Watmore also. Her second foul. Now I can say it's her second foul. First shot by Beckman, once again, misses the free throw. 0 for 5.5 are they as a team. And you know what? They weren't much better in the first half. They were 3 for 7 at the line. It's 3 for 12 now on the game, Snohomish from the free throw line. And you know what? They're now 3 for 13, another miss.
This is kind of unusual for the ladies basketball. Most of the girls are good free throw shooters, and this is kind of like I don't understand it. That's good. Oh, almost.
Lily Williams with the 3 in the corner, misses it. Kaylin Beckman coming away with the rebound. Now the shot clock is off as we come to the end of the third quarter. 20 seconds left. Maya Duchesne stalling as she keeps the ball behind the center court line. Finally, Taylor Kesselring says, yeah, I'll put a little pressure on you, make a decision of some sort. Marshall down low to Senegal. Nice pass. Nice layup. 41-18 score. 1 second left. Williams doesn't get the shot off in time, and we've come to the end of the third quarter. It is all Panthers here tonight. Snohomish 41, Meadowdale 18. You're watching STSPN.com. back once again to Snohomish High School. Steve Willits, Ron Henthorn, and the 5-tool player Todd Elvick as we head to the final quarter of play. Snohomish up comfortably, 41-18 on Meadowdale. If they win this game, I think we can presume they will be playing Stanwood on Tuesday night, as we just got another score update from Joel Boyer, who's scouting the game over in Stanwood. 3-point shot missed. Mueller with the rebound. Ball bounces around. We'll get you that score here in just a moment as Duchesne resets the offense. Mueller looking for Senegal. Pass just a little bit high. Morrison grabs it, pushes ahead. Almost pushed it a little too far ahead. It might have worked to her benefit as Mueller committed for a steal and missed it. Morrison did get a look at a layup, but missed. Score at the end of the third quarter over in Stanwood, and it is all Spartans tonight, 50-19.
Wow.
That is a very good Stanwood team, and as we mentioned earlier, is yet another steal by Morrison. Mueller getting a little lazy with the pass, tries to find a cutting Lily Williams, kicks it back to Morrison. Tries to save it from going out of bounds, and we're going to wait to see, make sure that Morrison is okay as she goes a few rows into the stands. And nice to see Lexi Senegal over there checking on her as well. Stanwood, 3 players, like we mentioned, going to college next year to play basketball. Ashley Alter, who's going to SPU. We've got, as I'm trying to do this on the top of my head right now, I know Caitlin Larson and Jillian Heichel both going to California schools. One is going to Menlo.
Nice and warm down in California.
Yeah, they're both going to schools that are going to be playing against each other in Division II down there. So 3 very, very good basketball players along with a solid team. That'll be a fun game. Again, that's going to be Tuesday night at 7:45 at the Terraceum at Mount Lake Terrace High School. We invite folks to get there early. You'll get all of your semifinal action. They're all in one evening. A game that Snohomish won rather easily the first time around, and a little bit surprisingly for that matter. And I know Ken Roberts will not take them any too lightly as Kaylin Beckman misses a layup.
He shouldn't take them lightly. That'll be a tough game for him.
Lily Williams into the key, kicks it out to Morrison. You know you got a hot hand over there. Why not get it to her? Jayte down low, over the top of Senegal. Tries to get that ball to climb over the rim, and it just couldn't quite make it. Falls back down. Jayte getting her own board. Gets fouled this time around, and she'll head to the line for 2.
Goes Senegal. I got
Jayte.
Makes that one.
Makes the free throw. She now has 2 points on the night as Jordan Beckel will check in for the first time tonight. 5'10" junior.
We're starting to see Snohomish put some of their substitutions in here a little earlier than we.
It's a nice job by Snohomish on playing defense tonight as well as we kind of look through the scores here. I know when Kinsley went down, that was a concern. She's one of their, if not their top defensive player. Since that game against Stanwood, they've held Shorecrest to 37, Mount Lake Terrace to 23, Shorewood to 27, and now 20 points so far tonight for Meadowdale. Speaking of Gallatin, by the way, Kinsley's cousin, Colby Kyle, the big man for Monroe High School. They are cousins, as I just shared some knowledge with Todd Elvick. I actually knew that and forgot about it, but I got a text from.
Here's Colby Kyle right here.
Cool. You were going to show a play right here. There he is, the 6'8" guy in the middle there. Going to Princeton next year to play basketball. The cousin of Kinsley. So the family, I'm sure, excited for both of them. Unfortunately, like we mentioned, Kinsley out for the year with the ACL injury, but excited for their teams, I should say. It's more properly put. Kinsley is certainly a valuable member of the Snohomish team, and wish her a very speedy recovery. She certainly has time left to leave more of a mark on this Snohomish program over the next couple of years, and will no doubt do so.
Well, we certainly hope she does. Beeman missed both of those free throws.
And meanwhile, I'm sure she'll be rooting on Monroe tomorrow as Colby Kyle and his teammates taking on Kamiak in the semifinals, a game that will be broadcasted right here. I don't have it in front of me. I believe that's the 12:45 start time. Senegal being guarded by Morrison. Over to Beeman. Shot clock expires. Well, seemed awfully quick to me. I think they didn't reset it.
Yeah, got a question here.
I knew I was talking a lot, Ron. I didn't think I was talking for 30 seconds straight.
No, I think
there's only so much I can say about Monroe basketball. hopefully Colby's healthy for that game. I know he's been a little under the weather this week. I like to see teams at full strength this time of year. Full slate of games tomorrow. Ron Henthorne, he's going to be a busy man tomorrow. Four games starting at 11 a.m. Marysville Pilchuck High School. We've got the 4A boys and girls semifinal games. I don't have it in front of me. Let's see if I can do this off the top of my head. We'll do that in a minute. Duchesne misses the open layup. Coming away with that one is Meadowdale. Watmore gets it to Kesselring. Over to Morrison. Corner, puts up a three. Off the back iron, bounces around. Kesselring with the rebound. And Morrison back on top as they reset the offense. She puts up another three. Misses it once again. Another offensive board for Meadowdale. Morrison says, hey, I'll keep firing, and this time she connects. 18-footer. Morrison now as we do the quick count. 13 points on the night. Games tomorrow, the girls' games, which will be 11 o'clock. It's Glacier Peak taking on Monroe. We mentioned the 12:45 game. That's Monroe boys playing the Kamiak girls. Stark trying to go to the basket. Duchesne steps in front of it, and she draws contact. So here we go. Let's see if we can do this. We got the 11 a.m. game tomorrow, which is a girls' game. We're going to keep going back and forth from girls, boys all day. The 11 o'clock game is Monroe versus Glacier Peak. And then if you're a Monroe fan, you can stick around for the next game because you've got one more. You've got the boys taking on Kamiak, the game we already mentioned. Then we go back to the girls' action. It is Mariner, who upset Jackson the other night. They're going to be taking on Lake Stevens at 2:30. And then we wrap up the night with the 4:15 boys game. Jackson, who had a overtime victory over Lake Stevens last night, they're going to take on the number 1 seed, the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. So a lot of Glacier Peak, a lot of Monroe, sprinkled in with some Jackson, Kamiak, Lake Stevens, and you have a full slate of 4A basketball all day long on STSPN.com.
Well, you're going to be there.
I will be there for 2 of those games, indeed. I will be doing the 12:45 and the 2:30 game.
All right. We'll see you there tomorrow. Hope the rest of the fans tune in with us.
Absolutely.
Watch out for those Mariner girls.
The Mariner, Todd Elvick just said watch out for those Mariner girls. The Mariner girls are very tough. The big three, as we like to call them. You've got Hannah Hezekiah, the senior, who had 29 points in that victory over Jackson the other night. That was a 56-38 game. She's been fantastic for 4 years. Denisa Grebovec, the point guard. And then you've got the freshman, Talia Clark, who's had a great season. I think she's averaging up around 20 points plus per game. So between Hezekiah, Clark, and Grebovec, you've got a nice 1-2-3 punch, and they're going to take on a Lake Stevens team that looks so good.
That's going to be one of the better games tomorrow for sure.
Kylie Griffin going to Gonzaga next year on a full ride. She's got Reagan Reed, the point guard, the sophomore point guard, as well as other players. So a lot of fun going on tomorrow. A lot on the line tomorrow for all 8 of those teams that will be there playing in semifinal district basketball games.
I don't think any of those games are going to be a runaway like this one turned out tonight, but they should be fun to watch.
Only one way to find out. Well, 2 ways to find out. You can be in the gym or you can be on the internet with us. Morrison in the lane, hook shot, puts it up, misses it. Senegal grabs the rebound. 41-22 is the count here with 4:21 to go in the fourth quarter. Beckman still on the bench with those 4 fouls. And you know what? With them in control here comfortably, and after talking to Coach Roberts before the game, he might just give Kyra most of the night off here. As again, she did have that bone bruise that forced her to miss a few games there at the end of the year.
And she has 4 fouls, so no reason to put her back in there.
No, but I mean the point being that you really don't even need her if you, whether you have the 4 fouls or not. He might just decide, yeah, we gave her a nice run tonight. She's been up and down the court quite a bit, so we'll see as the 30-second clock does in fact expire.
Unfortunately, that's like 19 turnovers for the Mavericks tonight. And that didn't help them at all. Just that alone is worth about 5 to 8 points.
I was just counting up the Snohomish points in the fourth quarter, Ron. It didn't take me very long.
Yeah.
They've yet to score, and we're more than halfway through the fourth quarter. It's 41-18 when the quarter ended. It's now 41-22. Morrison misses the shot. Senegal with yet another defensive rebound. Getting that one over to Mueller. Slowing things down considerably, and hey, why not? You've got a 19-point lead.
It's surprising they haven't scored.
Definitely in a stall offense here, if you will. Senegal.
Last night, Ron.
Perry. Right side baseline, leaves a little bit short. Number 20, Tyra Gallagher, who's seeing her first action of the night. Comes away with a rebound. Gallagher, a 5'3" sophomore. Now down under 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. And I think we're going to get a little travel there. Stark shuffled those feet, and she knew it right away.
Yep, she knew it. We all knew it.
We've got to start talking player of the game. Are we Todd Elvick, you going to chime in with some thoughts here? You've been doing a handful of these Snohomish games. We're going to mix it up a little bit here tonight. You got any ideas for us, or are we going to keep those maybe off air and surprise the folks at home after the game is over?
I don't know. I haven't been paying as close attention.
You've been sleeping over there at the switch.
He's got about 20 different gadgets on his computer here in front of him. He's got a lot on his mind as Perry turnaround shot, misses it in the key. Kesselring grabs the rebound, kicks it ahead. Cameron Cassidy, right side, puts up a shot. Falls off the iron, but she'll head to the line for two. Well, we know if it was a player of the game for fourth quarter only, it would be I think a 5-way tie for nobody, as we've yet to see a point from Snohomish. Give them defensive credit, though. Probably Senegal in the fourth quarter with her defensive rebounds, as that foul is going to be called on Perry, her fourth foul. Cassidy looking for her first point of the night, misses the first shot. Well, number 34 is always a good choice, right? 10 points in the first half. Certainly getting it done on the offensive boards and defensive boards for that matter. Blocking a couple of nice shots. Cassidy, second shot goes as well. Duchesne, her usual solid self. Not necessarily always showing up on the score sheet, but does all the other tangible things well. Into the lane, Beeman, Perry. 14 left on the shot clock. It's almost as though Coach Roberts has told them, hey, first 20, 25 seconds, you're not able to shoot right now. I don't want to run this score up.
Yeah.
It would be nice for them to get something on the board before the end of the game, though, right in the fourth quarter. We're now down under 2 minutes to go. They haven't scored in the fourth. Gallagher, Kesselring, three, hits it! Taylor Kesselring, they're going to say it was a long two.
Oh, two. I'd rather give her a three.
They don't ask for our opinions, unfortunately. I would have given her a three on that one, too. Why not? It was a nice running shot.
It was good.
I don't think it was going to matter on the end of the game anyway, but they're in fact going to say, nope, can't have your foot on that line, and that's what happened. And Snohomish with 1:37 to go here in the fourth. Now we'll have an opportunity to perhaps get on the board for the first time here in the quarter, as number 20, Sam Beeman, will step to the line shooting 1 and 1.
Sam's got, 5 points tonight?
Sam has 7 points tonight.
7 points tonight, yeah.
And she's still at 7 as she misses the front end. Kesselring up ahead. Cassidy gets Kaylin up in the air. Dribbles to the left, fires up a three, misses it. And Jaden Mueller now with the ball one more time. Kaylin Beckman with the ball. So are we missing our shirt right now? That might be a bigger issue than the actual selection of the player of the game. We might not have a shirt, huh?
Oh, it's down there.
Our player of the game shirt is down on the floor. It's I shouldn't say on the floor. It's at the scores table. If we see somebody wearing it around in the stands, one of the parents will know what happened to it.
How about Sam Beeman? I don't know if we ever given her a shirt this year or not. She's a senior down there.
You want to get Sam up here? Let's do it.
Huh? She's got 7 points. She's been going to the line. She's working hard out there.
Jumped down and got 5 quick ones in the third when they had lost the momentum a little bit.
Yeah.
And why not? And there's our first Snohomish point with 1:08 to go in the fourth quarter. Kaylin Beckman.
Which is amazing. 1 point in the fourth quarter is all.
And Kaylin certainly had her opportunities. We're going to get a jump ball called. 58.7 seconds remaining. 42-25. Snohomish less than a minute away from punching their ticket into the semifinal round. And trying to get a Ferndale Shorecrest score and have come up short. No doubt a good game going on there, I would think. Those are two fairly evenly matched teams. The winner to take on Linwood in the other semifinal game on Tuesday. Nice block by Kaylin Beckman. Cassidy gets the ricochet, goes right back up with it and draws contact. She'll head to the line for 2 free throws.
Cassidy not giving up on that one at all. 46 seconds here.
And we're going to get a foul out. Courtney Perry playing hard up until the very end. With 46 seconds left, she will head to the bench. Nice night for Courtney. Only 2 points, but certainly getting it done in other aspects of the game. And Beckel will check back into the game to replace Perry. Well, give Meadowdale credit. They've certainly made this score look a lot more respectable here late in the game. Misses the second shot.
Well, they've scored 8 points in this period to 1 for Snohomish, so.
Yeah, you don't see that from Snohomish very often, right? A 1 point quarter.
No, yeah. See if they can make it more than that in the next 30 seconds here.
If they're going to get a field goal here in the fourth, they've got to do it quickly. We're now down under 30 to go. 12 on the shot clock, and once again, Snohomish utilizing as much of that shot clock as they can. 14-footer misses. That was Beckel with a miss. Rebound. Beckel coming away with it, and we're down to 14 seconds to go. I think at this point, Snohomish might just be content dribbling it out. They're going to swing the ball around, now down to 8, 7, 6.
Yeah, they're going to run it. Not even going to shoot it.
Yep, Mueller's going to keep the ball up on top. Hey, you can get away with scoring 1 point in the fourth quarter when you go into the period with a 23-point lead, and that's exactly what Snohomish does. They come away with the 42-26 victory over the Meadowdale Mavericks, and in doing so, the Snohomish Panthers have advanced on to the place on Tuesday night. Ron Hinthorn's going to try to go get us our player of the game here quickly as welcome back once again to Snohomish High School, where tonight the Panthers advance to the district semifinals with a 42-26 victory. And with us right now, number 20, the senior Sam Beeman. Sam, interesting game. Meadowdale making it a little more exciting at the end of the second quarter. They take some of the momentum away at the half, and then you come out with 5 quick points in the third quarter to kind of pull away a little bit. Tell us a little bit about that run and the 2 baskets you made there.
Well, it's a total team effort all the way, you know. We're just trying to get the open shots, get movement, and get going quick, and that's what we were able to do, and I was lucky to being able to make some shots, so, yeah.
But did you know that your team only scored 1 point in the fourth quarter?
No, I didn't, but, I mean, we got away with the win, so that was good. And
you'll take it. Hey, first playoff game, you never know what to expect when you go into the postseason. A little bit of a slow start tonight. Not a lot of points in the first 3 or 4 minutes there. Do you think that was can be attributed to maybe a little bit of nerves or just the fact that the game is a little bit bigger? What do you think the reason for maybe the slower start was tonight?
I mean, it's a big game, but, you know, we got to get off to quicker starts for sure. But, no, it was fun.
Sam, you didn't seem to sit down a lot tonight. You seemed to play most of the game. Is that what Coach wanted you to do tonight?
I'm not sure, but I'm thankful to be out playing. So, yeah.
A big year for you and the other seniors. There's only 3 of you on the entire team. You take 3rd last year at state, 2nd the year before that. What would it mean for you and your senior teammates to get to the plateau, if you will, and then get to that championship this year, knowing it's your last year?
It would be huge. I mean, we've been together 8 years, so that's been pretty awesome, and we just have such a great group of girls this year, and it's been such an honor to play with them. I've loved every moment.
Kingsley's injury a few weeks ago, what does that do to this team? What does it mean for players like yourself? Do you find that people are stepping up into different roles? Has it forced other players to kind of up their game a little bit and to play that much more, knowing that she's out now?
Yeah, I mean, we have to adjust a little bit, but people have stepped up, and it's been awesome. I mean, we've been keeping going and just been really positive about it.
We're looking on the scoreboard a few minutes ago. Stanwood was up big on Arlington, 50-19 at the end of the third quarter. It's a Spartans team you know pretty well, right? Game here a couple weeks ago that you made it look easy, but I know anytime you play the Spartans, it's not necessarily a gimme, right? Knowing that they will probably be your opponent in the semifinals, tell me a little bit about going up against the Spartans and what that game should be like.
I mean, anytime we play them, it's a great game, so I'm just looking forward to it. We're going to, work hard and come out strong. So. Well, and for your efforts tonight and for working hard and coming out strong, we're going to give you the Player of the Game shirt, courtesy of Speedway Chevrolet. Sam Beeman, we're going to have you hold that up and hold it proudly. The senior once again with 7 points tonight, 5 of which came early in that third quarter. Sam, again, congratulations on a nice victory tonight, and best of luck in that semifinal game. 7:45 start time Tuesday night at Melick Terrace. It should be a fun one. Yes, it will. Thank you.
Good luck to you, Sam.
Thank you.
Best of luck, Sam. So we'll let Sam go and celebrate this with her teammates now. Take that back from her. Sam with a nice night tonight, Sam Beeman, along with some of her teammates. And Ron, do you want to go over a couple of the scores real quickly, or some of the top scores? We'll maybe start with the 12 points of Kyra Beckman. Didn't need a lot after that first half, right?
Didn't need a lot, no. She got 4 fouls and ended up with 12. I haven't added all the rest of them up, but they didn't score in the fourth quarter, so.
Makes the math a little bit easier. Here, I'll help you out. Morgan Marshall, 3 points tonight. Maya Duchesne with 7. We already mentioned Sam Beeman with her 7. Kaylin Beckman with 5. Lexi Senegal with 6, as well as a few rebounds there late in the game. And then Courtney Perry with 2 points. And like you said, when you have 42 points, not as much math required. And I do want to mention one more time Alicia Morrison with a very nice night for Meadowdale. Even though they came away on the short end tonight, she had, 8 points in the first half. She added 5 more in the second. So 13 of the team's 26 points. So certainly that young sophomore playing her heart out tonight. And we wish the Mavericks nothing but the best, as they now have to go into the consolation round. As we have our sheet here. Here we go.
Yeah, there it is.
Trying to look ahead here for them a little bit, as it looks as though they're going to play Arlington next. So
yeah, they will.
So an Arlington Meadowdale game that will come up on Tuesday night, and it looks as though that game will be at Arlington. So Meadowdale fans, if they want to get out and watch their Mavericks, and that's a loser out game. So whoever comes up on the short end of that game will, in fact, wrap up their season. But a Meadowdale team, and we talked about it early, young, scrappy, not a lot of experience in postseason play, and certainly didn't necessarily disappoint too much tonight.
I didn't think they disappointed tonight. They played some strong quarters out there and some strong ball for a young team. And I got a feeling that if Arlington doesn't play any better than they did against Stanwood, they're going to have a tough time with Meadowdale.
I think you're right. So, again, we'll see what happens in that game. One more time. Snohomish against Stanwood, 7:45 start time. That will not be broadcasted on STSPN. So it's at Melick Terrace High School. So, folks, get out there, watch that game. And then, if they're able to come away with a victory there, they will advance into the district championship game to be played at Jackson High School a week from tonight. And that game will start at 5 p.m. So, certainly a Panthers team, and we will be there for that game, or STSPN will, in fact, be there. So, again, a nice victory for Snohomish tonight. 42-26, and for all of our sponsors, we thank them. We appreciate you watching tonight. For Todd Elvick, Ron Henthorne, I'm Steve Willits. Your final score one more time: Snohomish 42, Meadowdale 26. You've been watching STSPN. Have a great night. Have a great weekend.
Good night, everybody.